Right, so we'll now go back to the flight. We're now going to bring in our final turn and align with runway 27 left. We're at 175 knots. Let's decrease throttle slightly. We're at flaps 1. Let's do flaps 2 here. And let's do flaps 3. So you can see now we're at flaps 3. We're going to now turn our lights off to allow the aircraft, to allow my eyes to adjust. And you should see we're now aligning with the runway. This is the most satisfying part of the flight. You can see the runway in sight now. We're aligning nicely. We're now going to make some... Let's turn our lights up slightly here so that we can see our flight controls. And let's just turn the light back on here. We want to increase our speed a bit. Flaps 3 is 185 knots. So autoflight has come off now. We're now pointed up, which is what we want. And now I'm going to do the rest of this manually. And I'll fly the aircraft in as to where it needs to be. So what I want to do now is just basically position the nose in alignment with the runway. We're 125 knots right now. We're a little bit slow, but we want to be. We're going to bring our throttles up. That's fine. Let's put our sounds on so we can hear what's going on with the engines. Let the engines spool and get to where they want to be. We're aiming for about between 150 and 180 knots. Okay. Again, fully configured flight. We'll be doing this properly. Let's put our altitude up on the screen. We've got a little bit of wind here as we approach into London Heathrow. Perfectly normal. We're in a good position. We can see now that we're aligned. We're slightly gaining speed, which is what we want. I'm just going to increase engine speed so that we can get there in a good timely manner. We're dropping our nose slightly here now. We can ignore that sound. Can we turn it off? Pointing our nose down. As you can see, we're currently about 8 miles out at about 6 nautical miles. So very shortly we're going to drop our gear, landing gear down, and we're going to do that. Well, actually, we're going to do that probably. Yeah, we'll do a 6 nautical. We're 8.3 nautical miles out now. We'll do it at 7 nautical miles. Aircraft's going to make some various call outs. These are going to be numbered call outs. And we want to keep the nose straight. Normally we'd have autopilot engaged at this point. We wouldn't really disconnect it till about sort of 600 feet. I've done this approach many times, so I can fly it manually. 7.5 nautical miles. Let's drop the gear. Here's the gear coming down. You can see that. Dropping the gear is going to create more reduced speed. We're now going to bring the nose up. You can see here my vertical speed, my ground speed is dropping. So again, we're going to increase our throttle slightly. Okay, I want to bring the speed up now to about 170-ish is what I want to aim for. So that I know I can, because I've still got 6 miles to go, you know. And again, I want to make sure that I'm keeping my altitude here at 1400. I want to keep that gradual descent going. I want to keep that nice. Because if I don't, basically what we're trying to do is we're not trying to go for it to be perfect. We're just trying to make sure that everything flows nicely. You can see here in the distance you got some lights. The more white lights you get here, the better. Okay, we got 2 currently. We're aiming for 4. If we don't get 4, it doesn't matter. In a fully configured flight, we would have 4. We would be telling the aircraft this is the speed we need to be going at. You can see here's your main terminals on Heathrow. Here's the tower. You see the other aircraft there as we get down and we get closer to it. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Gonna drop our speed a little bit here so that we can drop naturally. And we're coming in nicely for a landing here. Very nicely.